Have you ever felt like you were doing everything right, yet everything was going wrong? You finally decided to take your faith seriously, you started praying, you started watching videos like this one to get closer to God. And then, suddenly the silence became deafening. The doors that were once open are now slammed shut. Your friends are getting promoted, getting married, or finding peace, while you feel stuck in a dry, barren place. You feel isolated. You feel like God has moved on to someone else. Most people call this a setback, but in the Bible, this place has a specific name: the wilderness. And here is the truth that will change your entire perspective. The wilderness isn't a place of punishment. It's a place of preparation. Today, I am going to show you why your current season of silence is actually the loudest God has ever spoken to you. We are going to look at why the journey to Canaan, the physical promised land, took 40 years instead of 11 days, and what that means for your life right now in 2025. Before we dive into the 3 signs that your wilderness is actually a promotion, I want to ask you a question. Do you know why you're seeing this video right now? Out of the millions of videos on YouTube, the algorithm brought this to your screen. I believe that is because there is a lost sheep out there who is on the verge of giving up. By hitting that like button and subscribing to Shepherd's Faith, you are doing more than supporting a creator. You are helping this message bypass the noise to reach that one person who needs to know that God has not forgotten them. We are currently 502 believers strong. If you feel led to help us reach the next 500 believers, join the family right now. Let's be the lighthouse together. Did you do it? Thank you. Now, let's go back to the desert. When the Israelites left Egypt, they were heading for Canaan. Geographically, Canaan was a lush, fertile land, the land flowing with milk and honey. The walk from Egypt to the border of Canaan should have taken a large group about 11 to 14 days. But they stayed in the desert for 40 years. Why? It's a phrase many scholars use. God took the people out of Egypt in one night, but it took 40 years to get Egypt out of the people. See, they had been slaves for 400 years. Their minds were programmed for survival, fear, and dependency on a cruel master. If God had led them straight into the promised land of Canaan on day 11, they would have treated the blessing like slaves. They would have lost it because they hadn't developed the character to keep it. Is it possible that the thing you are praying for at the job, the relationship, the breakthrough is ready for you, but you aren't ready for it? God loves you too much to give you a Canaan that will crush you because your character is unstrong enough to carry it yet. Sign 1. The stripping of distractions. In the wilderness, there are no malls, no distractions, and no plan B when God pulls you into a season of isolation. He's not trying to make you lonely. He's trying to make you available. He is removing the voices of people so you can finally recognize his voice. Sign 2. Dependency training. The Israelites had to rely on manna bread from heaven every single day. They couldn't store it for tomorrow. Are you in a season where you literally do and know how you are going to make it through next week? That's not a lack of favor. It's a lesson in daily dependency. He is teaching you that he is your source, not your job. Sign 3. A change in identity. In Egypt, they were slaves. In the wilderness, they became warriors. Before they could conquer the giants in Canaan, they had to conquer the fear in their own hearts. If you feel like you're under attack right now, it's because God is training your hands for war and your fingers for battle. I want to speak to the person who feels like they've been in the desert for years. You've seen others get their Canaan while you're still eating manna. The devil's greatest lie is telling you that delay equals denial. But look at Moses. Look at David. Look at Joseph. Every single one of them had a gap between the promise and the possession. That gap is where your faith becomes real gold. If you're still in the wilderness, it means God isn't finished with your story yet. The very fact that you are still standing, still watching this, still seeking him, is proof that the desert didn't consume you. It only refined you. We are coming to the end of this message, but I don't want this to be just another video you watch and forget. If you felt a stir in your heart today, if you realize that you've been complaining about a season that God is using to save you, I want you to do something symbolic. I want you to comment the words, "I trust the Lord." When you type that, you're telling the community and yourself that you're done fighting the process. And I want to ask you one last thing. We are trying to build Shepherd's Faith into a global sanctuary for people who feel lost. If this message gave you even 1 ounce of peace, please subscribe and share this with one person who is struggling. You might be the answer to their prayer today. You might be the reason they don't give up tonight. Thank you for being part of this fold. Remember, the shepherd is always closest to the sheep when the path is the darkest. I'll see you in the next video. God bless you and welcome home.